Incredible afternoon. I'm back. But this time, we're going to stick to the good stuff and what we know and love the professor for, and that is teaching and talking about bringing our mic back over and talking about, oh, Lord, my grades are out of control today. Talking about silhouettes, talking about sublimation, talking about chip bags, invitations, eco-solvent prints, oversized prints. That's what we're going to get back into today. So, hello, 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 everyone, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, let's go ahead and get into this. Of course, I wasn't going to spend the entire day talking about all of that stuff because we have things to do, right? We got money to make, right? So let's get into this. Um, I forgot to do something real quick, so let me go ahead and take care of this real quick. All right, so boom, that's done. And this is done. All right. So, hello, 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 everyone. I am Shakia, the professor of HS Inc. 365 LLC. We are the parent company of the Honestly Speaking brand. We carry Sublimation ink, Sublimation paper, pigment ink, and some other accessories. We are also the creators. Well, I am, because even he helped create nothing. He helped run the business, but he didn't help create Soloholics Anonymous. But that is where I teach you guys all about the awesome program Silhouette Studio. Although it is used to control the Cameo, I have 6 of them. It is a really decent, like, beginner. I always call it like the gateway to designing and stuff like that. So it's like a gateway program to get you familiar with designing and creating custom designs. It's called Silhouette Studio. It's free 99. You don't have to have a machine to get it. And to get, like, if you decide you want to get the business edition, to upgrade so that you can do things like save your creations as an SVG, a PNG, or a PDF, and things like that, and sell them. You can get the business edition to be able to save it, and you don't have to actually, have an official business yet, but it unlocks a lot of features. So I've been teaching you guys how to do that for the past 7 years. And then I have 365 Creative Academy, where I help you unlock your creativity on the business side and the creative side. I love to do content creation, and just create content and do live videos where I come on to help you guys with where you guys need help at. So this is free help. And I give you a little bit, sometimes a lot, sometimes too much, but you can take what you get from these and be able to do your own research or do more like work on it, and like let it be your starting point. Or you can always sign up for any of my classes to really help take you and catapult you to the next level. So in this one, we're going to be on for about hopefully like no more than like 30, 45 minutes. I want to try and do this as a quick fire. Just to kind of reset it. I thought, I was like listening to some people. I'm like, well, maybe if I try that, to where even if I do live videos like in their longer back to back, maybe if I do them as quick fire, to where I start one, give it a break, come back. Because I see people do that on TikTok to refresh, like, and push them up on the For You page. So I said I might do that as well. So we'll be on hopefully no more like 30, 45 minutes, or maybe like 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how many questions you guys ask. The only thing that I ask you guys is one. Definitely visit our website, shop.hsync365.com, and see what we have to offer if it fits any of your needs. Definitely look into my Essential Studio course. But if nothing else, give this video a thumbs up. That helps. That's free support. That is free digital currency. Give this video a like. Drop just a simple hi. Or go into the emoji sections and drop any emoji. Drop, or if you don't want to give this video a thumbs up, give it a heart. Hell, give it the angry face. Give it the sad face. All interactions, they help the algorithm. They help the platform. Just engage with me here. Simply say hello. That's all you guys have to do. And as long as you guys continue to do that and share, I don't mind coming on here, giving you guys valuable content that I could easily package up into a program, into a class, into a course for a couple coins, I mean a good amount of coins, what I give you, I can easily package it up. But I'm here giving of my time to you guys. So all I ask is that you like, comment, share. That's it. And you can get information that's going to help you in your creative endeavors. All right. So you don't have to wait until I am done with the question to post yours. I go through and I try my best to answer all the questions. So if you have a question, if you've been afraid to ask a question, you're like, I don't want to sound dumb, crazy. Somebody else may know this. Don't worry about them. This is a conversation between you and I. Once you post a question, my attention is on you. I don't focus on anyone else. I don't focus on what they know, what they don't know. I'm only concerned about the question that you have and that you need information on. That is what I'm here for. If it's asked 30 million times, maybe you didn't understand the way I worded it the first time and I can reword it. Don't worry about anyone else. Post your question. And if it's something that I can answer within a reasonable amount of time without it being like a full session on just that, I am here to help. So post your question, and it's a conversation between me, you, and a bunch of other eyes. All right. So hello, and it is only 12. It's almost 1:00. So for some of you, it is still incredible morning. So incredible morning to anyone that's still in a time zone where it is the morning time. So I'm going to address this in this video, and I was trying to avoid it, but I will address it. Here's the thing for me with this, right? A lot of you guys go to that and you're looking for and I'm not saying, there are some people who are completely loyal, completely supportive, and they support me in any and every way, right? But I can't give, and I'm giving more support and I'm sending more help and more support to where people are buying from every single month, buying from a company, and I see a minimum amount of support on my platform. So for me to dedicate that much time where every single month I'm giving them that energy when I'm never receiving it back, I'm not saying that they have to receive it back. I'm not saying that I have to be this official sponsor or anything like that. And as you say, I give my honest opinions on what is there. But I can't continue to put energy into somebody else's company that I don't receive anything from. Am I an affiliate? Yes, but not everybody goes through my link. So I'm not always getting the funds and stuff from that. Because if they go and once you sign up, hey, you're on their email list, they're sending it to you. So whether I go live or not, if you click on that link from the email that they sent, even though I'm giving you the information about it, I don't get credit for it. So I realized because when I do that, you guys notice that I don't just go live. If you've ever noticed, I have screenshots of what I've gone, I've done my research, I've spent time on their website. And then I've gotten screenshots and I kind of create the little thumbnail that has all the stuff. That's a lot of work and energy to put into somebody else's. Hey, it's there. I've done it so many times for you guys to know that Design Bundles is a great resource. It's nothing against the company. I use them. I actually went and got some things from the dollar deals, but I don't feel like I have to go on and explain it. And then also, no offense to them, it's a lot of the same stuff over. And I'm actually getting sick or tired of saying like the same stuff over and over again, because it really is the same stuff every single month. So I just don't want to put my energy into that right now. Maybe if they switch it up, I'll probably go back. I doubt it, but no. So for everyone who was asking, no, I will not be doing them anymore because it's just not worth it for me. Hey, boo, how you doing? And hello, incredible morning to everyone. I'm not sure if those are stars or they're just like the Facebook emojis, but hello, and welcome. Thank you for joining the live broadcast. Thank you for that. That kind of gave me, put me in the mood of Mary J. Good morning, gorgeous. Yes, that kind of put me in that mindset. Hello, incredible morning. Checking in from Virginia. Hello, everyone, and the professor. Thank you. Incredible morning or afternoon and morning, depending on where you're watching from. All right. Incredible morning, incredible morning. All right, y'all. So y'all know I am here to help. Whenever I afternoon feels like forever. So whenever I'm on here, okay, here's another thing. Let's do a little housekeeping too. I have no problem giving you guys free information if you're asking me for it. I have no problem with that. But going forward, anything that's structured, I have given you guys years and years and years and years and years of free structured content where I'm going and I'm putting it together, figuring out what you guys need to learn, this, that, and the third. I'm giving you years of that. When I come on here, if you guys want some more of this amazing teaching, then it's on you. This is something that you guys need. I'm not trying to be rude in this, but in where I am currently, where some of you guys want to be, I am quite successful in my customs business, in designing and being confident on being online and doing videos. I am here where maybe some of you guys want to be at. So you guys have to want it. You have to want to know how to fully maintain your printer to where if something goes wrong, you're not always having to look to a group and wait for someone to answer it because someone is giving you all the answers. All you got to do is pay attention. Do as I said with getting a notebook and writing these things down so that it's burned into your memory. When I first got these printers, I didn't know about maintaining them, but I created a relationship with them. I got to know my printers ins and outs. When something happens, I immediately know what's wrong, but that's because I put the time into it to learn, research, write things down. So I'm not going to come most times with something prepared. That's what people pay me good money for. So all of my structured content will be under some sort of paid umbrella. Whether you are in my my Essential to Silhouette Studio course, or if you are a member, if you've joined me over on YouTube and you hit that join button, you pay the $14.99. All of my structured content will be under there. But I have no problem coming on here and doing a Q&A and answer questions. So if you guys don't answer questions, then y'all just going to look at my beautiful face and not get any information because I am not coming on here to prepare any information anymore. Anything that I'm preparing, like right now, I'm going through, I just went and bought some files because someone had a question about when you get these templates that have like the picture frames, how you get the pictures in there. I'm about to do a video for that, but it's only going to be for members who are in my programs. Agreed. Same stuff. About to cancel my subscription with design bundles. Talk to you later. Exactly. Research. Learn your equipment. Hey, just say. So when I'm on here, it's open forum. It's open Q&A. If you guys have no questions, then hey, this will be very quick sessions because I'm not going to try and pull help out of you. I'm not going to beg you to help you. So if there are no questions, hey, I will gladly go ahead, hit end broadcast and be over and done with it. But I am on here to help you guys. So the current time is time that we've been on is 13 minutes and 50 seconds, almost like 14 minutes. If no questions are posted by the time we get to exactly 15 minutes, hey, this will be a video that was really about nothing other than why I'm not doing design bundles and about the changes going forward. But if you guys need help, here's the time to ask those questions. Or if you're like, well, hey, this is live, it's inconvenient, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I can't type it out. We always have groups, or you can always send your questions in so that the next time I do a live video, I can address that. But I will not be, you guys won't see any content from me where it's things that I prepared because some of you are great and you really do appreciate it, but you guys can appreciate all the 7 years of content because it's all there. But many new ones don't share, don't like, and at some point you got to create some boundaries. How do you change a color in a picture? There is a little thing called image effects. right here. So, and anytime you guys ask me this, I'm going to speak, of course, from a Silhouette Studio standpoint. Do I know Photoshop? Yes. Have I changed things in Photoshop? Yes. But I'm going to speak to you from a Silhouette Studio, from doing it in Silhouette Studio. So right here, it looks like a black and white cookie, half moon. This is your image effects. And let me turn off my my logo. So right here, and then you have colorize, saturation, gamma. That's just to invert it, and then you like have the tint, but it's mainly like right here as far as colorize. I'm just going to simply put a pattern because patterns are basically JPEGs, and fill that in. I'm going to show you changing it. Now, if you're trying to change certain parts of it, there is a little bit more that you have to do. You have to know how to manually isolate those, like those sections, and change the color on just that. But as far as simply changing colors, it's as simple as going over here and coming to this color palette and then changing the color on it. Now, would you be able to change one part of it and not the other? No, you're going to have to isolate it, whether you can manually trace it or you can do a trace and detach or do a trace of it, but it will change all the colors at once. So I'm going to go in here. Let's, oops, no, not page setup. Let's pick another pattern. So let's say if I take this one, I come over to image effects. I can change the hue. Okay, I can then hit apply. I can change the saturation to make it bright, more intense, or bring the color down to more subtle color. I can change my contrast on it. I'm like washing it out. I can change my brightness on it. So you can make a lot of changes with the image effects. You cannot fade in Silhouette Studio. You cannot fade. If you want to have that faded effect, you can either use, there is a website that it will fade it in more of a box, but you can check that out. If you look at my video on YouTube about memorials, it has Chadwick on the cover, on the thumbnail. I show you the website on that one. Or if it's something where, let's say your background is solid, you can use my fade bars to kind of create a fade, but you cannot create it directly in Silhouette Studio. I don't do design bundles anymore. I'm no longer doing design bundles, reviews. I need to connect to Wi-Fi for Silhouette Studio to work because I'm getting an error saying quit without saying. That has nothing to do with your Wi-Fi. Oh, you said, do I need to connect? No, you don't need to connect to Wi-Fi. The reason why that's happening is, unfortunately, Silhouette Studio, the newer version, requires a lot of resources from Silhouette, like from your computer. If you have a C drive and you have a bunch of stuff on it, it's going to shut it down because it's not enough resources to hold it. Sometimes you'll get that little warning about how much resources you have. So if your C drive, like your hard drive, has too much on it, if your graphics card really isn't that great, or if you don't have enough RAM, your computer just isn't powerful enough. Silhouette America made the newer versions where it requires too many resources. So it's definitely not needed to be on Wi-Fi. It has nothing to do with that. It's all in the computer itself. If you're using 4.4, that takes up a lot more resources. 4.3.370 is the most stable. That's why, like on my laptop, I don't try to do 4. I'm still on version 3.6, and it works so much better, so much faster than the newer version. I find more value in Creative Fabrica. Thank you for introducing me to it 2 years ago. You weren't an affiliate then, got it for $11 and still have it. Yeah, I mean, I don't do things for just because I'm an affiliate for certain things. I really don't give a darn if none of these companies ever support me. I do it genuinely, things that help me. I started this just as someone who was a stay-at-home mom, wanted to talk to adults and not always have to look at a 3-year-old. And resources that work for me I make them work. Now they have an affiliate program, but I can make a little something from it. Hey, I sign up for it. But I always give you guys the resources that I use for my business or just for my creative endeavors. It's never sponsor related. I'm trying to learn to design paper flowers. I want to add different shapes to the tops of my petals, but finding trouble on how to get it all to line up. Any assistance would be appreciated. Edit points. That's where your edit points are going to come in at, because you will use those to maneuver things around. So let's say we take, like, okay, I'm going to stay on here, right? I'm not sure what kind of shapes. Let's just say I wanted to add a star to this. I wanted to make this where it's some sort of star. So, I mean, it's just a matter of putting it here. I'm going to rotate this one. We're going to pull this up and we're going to pull this. I'm going to intentionally make this kind of come out some. I'm going to take them all and I'm going to weld it. All right. So, okay, that's not quite how I wanted it. So now, like, or let's say like right here where it created this weird little bend, I'm going to double click and I'm going to take this edit point and delete that point. Or I may have just moved it out. Okay, this was too high. So let me move this over, move it around. Let me go to make it a curve so that I can adjust it and things like that. So that comes in with learning your edit points. Edit points are going to be very, very, very essential for what you're trying to do. We have 2 days of edit points. If you're not familiar with them, we have 2 full days of edit points. They are day 19 and 20 in Essential Silhouette Studio, 2 full days. But that's really going to help you. Hello, appreciate you, all your information. You explain things so clearly. How do you do a fade effect? Oh, because yours was up there. How do you fade? You cannot do fades in Silhouette Studio. Damn it, I thought I blocked you. Golly. I'm new. You said you have a YouTube channel also. I am a diehard Cricut Design Space user, but wanting to learn more of Silhouette. Yes. So in the description, I think my link tree is there so that you can find all of my social medias. My platforms are Soloholics Anonymous. So I'm going to just go to YouTube real quick, and so you can see the banner for my YouTubes. God, why do they have me looking so crazy? So let's go back over here. So the first one is Soloholics Anonymous. Soloholics Anonymous. That is my first YouTube channel. And that is where there are that 7 years of content. There's even some stuff from version 3.6. Don't sleep on those older videos where I'm using version 3.6. That has a lot of great lessons in it. So this is the first one. And then my next channel is Honestly Speaking, just like you see back there, SpINKing. So that's the second channel. And that's where I do more of like demo type things. Like you'll see me press stuff. I teach you guys about sublimation and how I press shirts. I've done things like the things I do with my roll-in and creating mounted pictures or cutouts or invitations. You want to learn how to put a chip bag together. There are videos here on this channel as well. If I have a picture and I want to change the color of her dress, you would have to isolate those sections. I'm not showing that part. That's something you have to take a class for. I definitely, in the switch up, I teach that. In Essential Silhouette Studio, I teach that. But you would have to isolate the section that you want, and then you'll be able to change the color on that. I tried to trace some pics or files, and the outer box is traced, but the pic or file is not traced. I'm thinking it's because the type of file. It really depends. Like, I'm not sure what you mean as far as like but the picker file didn't trace. I mean, depending on the setup of it. This is why, Sandra, you are in Essentials Silhouette Studio. Whatever that file was, all you have to do is post it in the group, right? And say, well, what technique, what do I need to do to trace this? That's what I created the exclusive group for you guys to seek help. And now that you guys know how to use the program and you have a reference point, when you post your questions and you're posting these images, I can go back and say, okay, go back to this point. Remember, we were talking about this and how pictures are set up and what you can trace and how you have to do it. And that will help. Make sure that you're posting in the group these types of questions along with the picture that you're referring to. Incredible afternoon. If you trace and detach, change that area color pattern, then place the detached image back to the original image. Yes. So like, let's say if it has more than one piece, then yes, you would have to separate it. And like, let's say like it's just the dress. You're going to have to trace and detach, but you're going to have to know how to use your edit points to, like with a copy of it, crop out the dress and have it just sitting on top. And then you'll change the color and then group them together. I'm going to get the fade bundle today because I love trying to fade with strokes and your memorial class. Awesome. I have not looked into it. I don't have room for another heat press. I have not looked into that particular company. As far as their press, I have no issue with the press that I have. So unfortunately, I don't have any thoughts on it. I don't have any plans to get it. How long is your SVG class going to run? So it's going to be broken up into several different parts. There is a beginner level where we will stick to kind of like the simple things, and then it'll go to a level 2 and a level 3. So it will be over the course of several weeks, but each one will be its own separate one, or you'll be able to bundle it all together if you want to take all of them. But it will run about like almost like 2 months, but it's throughout several weeks. Yeah, I blocked them. I've watched so many videos about registration marks. Can you give any tips on this? Of course I can. First, tell me what issues are you having with registration marks? Also, which machine are you using? If it's the Pro, it's a whole different beast. So I need a couple things because I can go over that and I can direct you to my video that really breaks it down. But I need to know which machine you're using. That's one. Two, are you using a silhouette mat or a non-silhouette mat? And we're going to, as long as you answer those, we'll come back to your question. I thought your 30-day class, I brought your 30-day class. Is this all I need as a beginner? Yes. As a beginner, as someone that is experienced and you think you know, you don't know until you take one of my classes. Because especially when we get into that design portion, when you see some of the things I did when we were working on designs, you think you know, but you don't know. But as a beginner, just for learning the program, it is exactly what you need. Now, that's a beginner just to really get familiar with the tools. You'll feel like, some people say they feel like designers afterwards. But as a beginner designer, what happens is we see things, but we can't envision. I'm going to say you guys can't envision how to put that together. What made the designer put this part here and choose this font? How do I learn as a beginner about designing, about composition, about layout? We see things and it's like, hey, can somebody make this for me? I don't understand why when something is text-based, people's first instinct is, hey, can somebody make this for me? Versus just opening up a design program. Even if you have Cricut Design Space, you can create a text-based design. But for some reason, for so many people, because to me, groups can become a crutch. If you guys notice, I don't put emphasis in my groups like that. Sometimes groups can become a crutch. I like to go into groups to help other people, but people become too reliant on feeling like it's an instant answer or somebody else who's more experienced is going to automatically want to go and create it for them. Now, you're going to find some people who do that because guess what? It helps them. When they're challenged by your question and they attempt to do it, it's going to help them in their designing process. But we all have to want to be challenged in designing and trying it out for ourselves. So designing wise and just understanding that, you may want to take some of my other courses, but the 30-day, no matter what, is where you need to start. Because when I go into designing, especially like SVGs, and I'm talking about like combining things or welding things or doing offsets, I'm not breaking down what these tools do. It's going to be to create this look, you're going to do an offset. Well, why you do an offset? Because you do. And that's going to probably be my answer. Like, I'm trying to be rude because that's what I said to do. If you want to know what offset is for, changing all that stuff, then you go back to the basics. Use the edit point technique last night that you taught in the 30-day essentials class. Yay! Did you ever go for your dad? Do you have sublimation paper? So all sublimation paper can work for any printer. Yes, I have a 2720. That's what this is. And I've shown videos where I use our paper. Our paper can be used in any printer. So in any sublimation paper really can. I want to ask a question, but I learned everything already in Silhouette, the 30-day class. Great reference material. Yay. I'm glad you feel that way about the class. And you were someone that said you've been using it for a while and you still found value. That's what I'm telling you guys. It's not just for beginners. There were people that were in the class that said that, like who attended the live sessions, that said that they've been using Silhouette for a really long time and they never knew some of those tools existed or that you can do the things that I showed in Silhouette Studio. One of the things, and it's I decided to do this one as like a quick little video. Let me share this with you guys. Hold on one second. Let me go find it. And I'm like, let's it was supposed to start in July. I'm trying my best to get there to where I'm back in the groove of structured teaching. Some people know, some people don't. I went through something very, very traumatic for me on the 8th of this month, and it's just really thrown me all the way off. So I'm trying. That's why I'm also doing so many videos. I'm just trying. These are helping me get to where I will be able to do the structured content in the classes and being able to see faces, because so many people have reached out to me. I'm actually afraid to see some of you guys' faces like face to face in the video because I'm afraid of crying. I'm not even gonna lie. So I'm trying to build up the courage and the confidence to go back into doing Zoom classes. That's why I'm doing so many of these. All right. But hopefully, no, I'll be able to restructure it, and like no later than mid-July we'll be starting. But just sign up. The information will go out. Just sign up for information. Just make sure you're on my mailing list. Okay, thank you. Oh, trust me, I'm learning and I'm really amazed. I brought your essentials to Silhouette first. All right, cool beans. All right, I see yours. I'm coming right back to it. I have a quick question. What is the easiest way to press a graduation stole when you have to overlap without getting a white line where nothing is pressed? Are you using the fast dry paper? Are you using the tacky paper? Because I don't ever get a line. All I do is just press it in sections. I never get a line, as long as you make sure that you overlap. So if when you go to press that next section, if you're not overlapping with our paper and pressing at 30 seconds, it is okay to overlap it. So you overlap it a little bit, like with the heat press, and you shouldn't have a line. I have not, with our paper, I have never had that line. Well, unless I forgot to overlap. All right. Hold on. I don't know why this thing didn't open. Hold on. Now, I told you to open. How do you sign up for the SVG one? There, I'm not sure. Did I have it in this one? I don't know, but I'll post it here. Just in case I did not post it in the description. But you're just going to get on the email list so that you get the information when I drop it. And then, of course, you'll go to our website and you'll purchase it. But just so that you're aware of it, I always do kind of like an early bird, especially for those who sign up when I first drop it. So there, that is the link to get on the email list for it. All right, let me do it this way. Hold on. Let's go sort by name. Incredible afternoon. Take your time, Queen. We are not going anywhere. We love and appreciate you. Where did you get the hardware for? Where do you get the hardware for your purse? I don't put any hardware on it. Here are my, okay. Hold on, let me concentrate on one thing at a time. I can multitask, but I want to find this because I'm going to show you guys one of the more advanced ones that we will build up to. Hold on. OPQRS. Okay, this is the one that I'm looking for. Okay, here are my personal opinions on the thingamajiggies on there. They look good. They look great, right? You see them on the videos. Everyone's making them. Oh, those are so cool. People are gonna really want these. Here's my suggestion before you go out and you spend the money on that. Get one or two, and they're on Amazon, which I don't have direct link, but there is Post and Change or something like that. I have some sublimation jewelry that I've never even used, and it's been sitting and it's turned colors. And I'm like, thank God I have never really sold that to anyone because it's gold and it has changed colors. And all it's in my garage. I never pressed them, and the actual wings and stuff have changed colors. Order some of those, like order a chain, put it in water. You have to remember that this thing has to be washed at some point. So they're going to have to put water to it. If this is something that's going to rust, if it's going to turn colors, how are they going to properly wash this with this chain on it? Was that chain meant to be washed and put in and bleach and all of that? Or are they gonna, now your customer has to not think about throwing it in the sink and stuff and just kind of wipe the inside down and maybe have a brush to where they can clean the inside. But even with the brush, you got to rinse it out. That chain might get wet. Is that going to change the color of it? So for me, I'm not jumping on this to where I'm automatically selling them. Someone sent the link and I said I may end up, getting it. For me personally, when I'm selling stuff, I don't jump on, y'all know, just even for teaching, I don't jump on trends because I want to make sure I'm known as someone that provides great customer service and a great product is not going to change and do all this stuff. So I want to test it out first. So I plan to buy them and I'm going to sit them in water as if like I'm washing. Like I go through the same way my customers use it is what I go through before I give it to someone. So my fear is putting those on there. They're not sealed. They're not all like, you're not doing certain things with it. What if it starts to change colors? Now you're messing up the whole tumbler because you can't wash it if it's going to change colors. You can't keep putting water on it. So for me, I thought, me personally, it looks good in theory, but the scientist in me was like, ooh, that's a disaster waiting to happen. So I personally am not into those, which is why you guys didn't see me like just openly saying, yeah, go to Amazon, go get this, go get that. Oh, y'all finna make money from this. No, not me. All right, so perfect timing because there's registration marks on this, so I can enter 2 in 1. Hello, I have one question. Ask you. I have a 3733 printer, but I am looking for empty refillable compatible cartridges. So yeah, I can't help you. We only sell the 252s and the 812s. I am not able to help with any refillable cartridges for any other models. LOL. I thought about that. How would the washing be? Is it going to fall off? Yes. I need to know how the product is going to react. I test before selling. I use my grandma said always put a cap of bleach in your dishwater, baby. So I put bleach in my dishwater. So it needs to hold up. Hey, that's me too. All right, so let's go back over here. So I know it kind of took a while. Hopefully you're still with me on this one. Give you some tips about registration marks. So you said you have a Cameo 4. You're new to this, which means you have not been corrupted into not using a silhouette mat, and only because I only use Cricut mats. So that means you're new, you're using the silhouette mat, and you're having it saying registration failed. All right. Here's a couple of things with registration marks. My top recommendation is one, make sure that your page size matches the size paper that you are printing to. If it's 11 by 17, it should say 11 by 17 here. If it's if you're working with the 12 by 12 mat, it should say 8.5 by 11. I'm gonna move one of these jokers out the way. Hold on. What you doing right there? We're gonna move one of them jokers out the way. And I'm gonna make this 8.5 by 11. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and rotate him. And we're going to shrink this down so he can fit here, right? First step is make sure that your thickness is all the way up. It doesn't affect anything. So have that all the way up. I like to have my length all the way up or no lower than 0.625. That's a personal preference for me. Some people go all the way down. I personally don't. The closer it is to your substrate, that's going to more so help with accuracy and not it reading. When you line your paper up, making sure that it sits. So if you look here, this sits really like it's almost on top of the line, not under the line, but that shouldn't affect it too much as far as it registering. The next thing is right here. You're probably not lining it up in the right spot. There is a bar. And then there is, I'm just going to use this one. And then we're going to convert to path, double click, delete this point to make an arrow. And it's like this, right? No matter what color it is, red, blue, green, purple, I'm just going to make it black for now so you guys can see it. So this is how it looks on the machine. When you are setting your mat up, your mat should be to the back of that thin line. It should not be to where your mat is touching the tips of the arrows. That's a mistake that most people make. Your mat should be right here. Make sure that you have your mat on. If you don't, it is going to look for your registration marks a lot higher because it's on media. And the last thing is to make sure that your rollers are going over the edge and not anywhere else. Although it doesn't really affect registering, it will affect how it cuts. Make sure that there is nothing in the restrictive area because that will affect how it cuts. There is a video. If you search Silaholics Anonymous print and cut, there are some little dinosaurs in the thumbnail. That is going to be the best video to help you with print and cut and registrations and kind of dive into this a little bit deeper. And those customers are going to come asking for their money back because ask for their money back in these crafting streets. Exactly. All right. So he's cute, right? Right. We like thing, and actually he says, not even not thing one, thing two. This person, it was like, I think it was like she was having twins, second and third child. So we got thing 2 and thing 3. Let me know. He's cute, right? Cute. What y'all think? Give me your thoughts, your feelings on this little guy and how he looks, him and his twin brother. Oh, actually, this is thing 2 as well. This ain't thing 3. This is thing 2 with the bottle. He's just flipped both ways, but I have a thing 3 as well with a different head. So let me know. I'm not gonna move on. I need to see some interaction, some engagement. So cute, not for you. I mean, however you feel. If you don't like it, like, oh no, I don't like that. Be honest. Just want to know like your thoughts and with something like this. Have you ever no. And then let me ask you this. Have you ever seen thing 1 or 2 as a baby? In baby clothes. Have you ever seen thing 1, thing 2 as a baby? Like not, I guess maybe if somebody else created the file, but like of course, like from Dr. Seuss and all those, you don't see him as a baby, right or wrong. Too cute, not as a baby. Nope, never seen them in baby. Cuteness, he's cute. This is good info, and I love these. Never seen as a baby. Cute, cute. Nope, never seen him as a baby. All right. So, what if I told you that this was a bottle from a silhouette, like a silhouette? I purchased this silhouette file. So if I go to library, I'm going to show bottle. Oh, come on. So this bottle was a card. It was a card, but I isolated it to have the bottle, right? What if I told you that this was Minnie Mouse's body and she was holding a bear? Would you believe me? That I created this from a line art of Minnie Mouse, baby Minnie, and she's holding a teddy bear, and I turned it into him holding a bottle. Nope, never seen the baby one. Nope. Stop, you're joking. No, I'm not. I'm going to show you the evidence in 2.5 seconds. No, you're magic. All right, first, hold on. Before I do it, I want to show it. Hold on. I'm going to switch to it because I want to do this in a couple different parts. Let me isolate some of this, okay? Let's pull this here. And then let's pull these two over here. Because I'm going to go like this and bring this to the front. All right. And this was the original image. This right here. She ain't got no neck, no nothing. Barely see the bib to put thing 1, thing 3 on it. Thing 1, thing 2. This is the original image. I went from this to these, where I didn't give them a bib. I mean, the bib's not hanging because they, with thing 1, thing 2, they have the thing like this. So I made it to where that goes there. I have the thing 2. Like I told you, it was 2 of them. Thing 2, thing 3, and it's holding the bear. You have which image? The Minnie Mouse one or my thing 1, thing 2? Because who stole mine and selling it? You have which one? Not my thing 1, thing 2, because who's selling this? I mean, I did this maybe like, 3 years ago? 3-4 years ago. Who stole my image and selling it? You must be me, the Minnie Mouse one. So I ended up taking off the head and being able to create this. And then once I created this, I then split it to remove the bear and put the bottle. Oh, the Minnie Mouse one. I was going to say, wait a minute, who stole my image? I mean, not that I own the rights to the likeness of this face or that body because it's Minnie, but still, I'm like, yo, this was work. So I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to zoom out and you're going to see this was, so I'm like, they have this little piece here. They have their little onesies, but it's not the same. And then there was this face with this part here for the onesie. So I was able to take this, and at first I was going to put him on this Mickey, which I'm still going to do. It's just that this Mickey's face I have to draw out too much because he's a little bit too wide. and then cutting out hair and face and all of that and putting this together. They were so cute in their little crib. And I originally made the rattle and the pacifier, and I made it to where it also had it was 3D, so it was the onesie in the colors, just for like it, because that's the type of baby shower that they had. And I made like all kind of things where it wasn't the actual characters, because that's when I was too afraid to really mess with folk and infringe and stuff and post and stuff. So like this was a centerpiece and it was like that, and it was just like basically the colors and stuff. And then I was like, ooh, I want that bottle. So I then took the bottle off and then made this version. So at their baby shower, they actually had both versions, with the bear and with the bottle. She says, that's what I'm talking about. I need to think outside the box. So anyone can do this. I can show you how this is done. I can help you start to think how to even come up with this. But you know where it starts at, right? I'm going to take y'all right back to it. Look, I'm not saying that you guys don't know how to use Silhouette Studio. You may very well know how to use it. I guarantee you don't know how to use it how I use it. And to create how I create, you have to understand my thought process in doing it. So even if you think you know, don't sleep on this essentials. It will have you like, wait, what? You can do who and what in Silhouette Studio? Don't sleep on this course. Do not sleep on the 30-day training. Yes, it's no longer live. It is all self-paced now. But you get a group that I can help you along the way. But you can't get to conceptualizing taking a mini and snatching the head off if you don't understand how the program works. And then my next goal is to now get you to look at how power design's created. What do you have to weld? What has to be in front? And what's the first steps to maybe subtract something so you can see what's behind it, and this, that, and the third. You have to start at the beginning, y'all. I cannot stress enough how important, before you take any other one, any of my classes, especially, the higher I go in technique, the less I'm going to rely on teaching you just what subtract does. I'm going to focus on you understanding how to look at things and know how to make those changes just in an instant thing. Okay, yep, I can change this. And no, even though it might take you a couple of times, like even when I was doing that, I'm like, oh, dang it, I forgot this. I have to go back. Dang, that's not how I wanted this. But I know how, I know that it's not supposed to look like that. I'm not getting frustrated with if I miss a step, because I can just undo and then redo it, or I go back to the one that I copied. Y'all, it's going to take time to get to that level to where you can create your own designs like that. I can drop that right now and make plenty money because no one has seen that before. When people have thing one, thing twos, they got them big grown behind thing one and thing two, little skinny things at their baby showers. I can make a killing off of that. I did in me selling it personally to event planners. I don't sell the file, but I could have. But I didn't have to rely on someone else. If it don't exist in the store, I'm going to create it myself. And that's what set me apart as an event planner. That people are like, whoa, wait a minute now. Where you find this? This ain't in no stores. I know. Because stores don't really cater to the needs and exactly how you want it. For my niece, Doc McStuffin normally has on regular like Doc clothes. I put Doc McStuffin in Tea Party. Like I literally made her look damn near like Sophia the First. Like I put her in a nice little sundress and stuff for a tea party. You are able to create whatever you want once you learn. And I do all of this in Silhouette Studio, not utilizing anything from any other program, making it all work in Silhouette Studio. I have the power to teach you, but you gotta be willing to crawl before you walk. You gotta start at that first one and take that 30-day training. I found that with an easy press, it slides to press. Wait, wait, to slide the press a little to avoid the white line. But with big heat press, I always have a little white line. And you're using the tacky paper. I'm not sure. Maybe you're putting too much pressure. What temp and time are you pressing it at? Maybe you're I don't know. Are you kind of sticking with the 365, 30 seconds, 370, 40 seconds? I'm not sure. I would need to see, it's kind of, sacrifice one to the other side for me to kind of see, but I don't know, because I don't ever really have the line unless I don't overlap. I'm in, just finished day 3. I sent you an email. I offered, because you said you got the wrong one, and I offered you the difference to where that 35 could apply to that. Make sure that you check your email, because I sent that a long time ago. I sent you one. You told me before that you got the wrong one. Because maybe it was because of the price. Not sure if you are able to afford the $83.65, but I did send you a discount code because of when you purchased it for the difference for the 35. You're the best at what you do. I was sleep. Oh, really? Thank you for being honest. I was sleeping on you. Been following you for years, but now I'm all over this. Thank you for all you give and share with us. It's not in vain, I promise. Have to go search your videos for doing a large standing picture for my aunt for her memorial. Did the grad stove for my niece. Now my family thinks I can do memorial banners and a huge standing picture. The huge standing ones will be a little bit of an issue. So my recommendation for that would be to go ahead, set it up and design it in Silhouette Studio. And then send it off to a printer and let them print that off. Some things we can design, but I don't recommend that you try it unless because if you have to break that up in a standing one is really, really huge. I didn't even make the one for my grandmother's one. My cousin went to someone else. So I don't have a big printer. So and then now with the ones that I do, I use my roll-in because I can print longer. You can design it in Silhouette Studio, but I would recommend sending it off to a printer and having them do that part. I've been debating on whether or not I can do this. You can definitely do it. I do my best to encourage you with that course. I promise you, you will feel so empowered. There's older people and feeling like you can't do something. And I mean, I had older people, not like 30, 40, 50, like older people who are in this. And then I'm like, yo, I can actually do this. And then I have people that go and it's like, I watched your video and my son was so proud of me. I didn't have to call him up to come help me with X, Y, and Z. You can definitely do it. You can definitely do it. My classes are here to support you. If you're ever in any of my programs, because we meet weekly, you definitely will feel that support. You're getting it from me. And some people will say, I'm crazy as crap. You can't do this forever. And I'm like, why can't I? You have professors that have tenure because they work at colleges for 20, 30 years. Why can't I be the one that I'm teaching people for 20 to 30 years? That's what I want to be able to do. You have teachers that have been in school systems. Hell, the pre-K teacher that my son had, she retired before my niece got there. Now she's back to where she'll be there for Zion Imani. So I'm like, why can't I? People always say, oh, you're not going to be able to do this. You should have other people teach your classes and not be the face. Why? That's like telling a teacher, okay, you went to school to become a teacher. You paid all this money to become a teacher. You are a professor. You did all this stuff to get all your degrees to become a professor. Oh, don't teach your own class. Get you an intern. Let the intern teach your class. And that's stupid. That's silly. That don't make no sense. I like to teach my classes. So any class that I do, I'm the one that's teaching it. So you get support from me. You get support from others. I promise you, my classes will be one where you will feel welcome. You will feel supported, and you never have to worry about feeling like you can't do it. The 30-day course is the best money well spent. Highly recommend it. She says, okay, I have no vision. I like thing one and thing two. And people, and they'll tell you, like in my classes, most of them, I give you what you came there for, but I'm going to give you something to make you think outside the box. My memorial class, everyone kept saying, man, people think memorial, all I think of is heavens and pearly gates and wings and doves. And my memorial class, I showed them a totally different way of creating very memorable memorial designs. I am that think outside the box type of instructor. Hello, professor. I purchased 30-day and it shows. So it's not, go to the YouTube links. It's all the days are there. So under the YouTube links, it has every last, it's a playlist. You save that. So if you watch the intro, I explain all of that. That because it was 30 days back to back to back to back to back to back, it will be harder to edit them all. I am slowly. I started working them in June, then I had the tragedy. So there you're going to see a couple of classes. The only reason why day 12 and 13 are there is because I'm actually about to release the tracing. So the one things that I have been asked, and let me is they may not be able to take all of it. They want just the tracing, just the edit points. So those are the ones that I'm working on first and breaking those down so that I can create a separate listing for those, and someone can take just the tracing portion or just the point editing portion of it. So that's the only reason why you see those dates. And then I think what day 1 through 3, but under where it says YouTube playbacks, everything is listed there. So you don't have to worry about making the live classes. You can learn a lot. Guys, please understand, you do not have to attend my classes live. To be honest, most people don't try to learn, don't try to do it when we're live. They'll do it to somewhat get because I can't sit there and wait for you to catch on if you really don't know anything. Most of my students will say they will watch me live so they can they'll watch it. Okay, wait, why'd you do that? So they ask the question so that it's on the recording. They get more value out of watching the playbacks than watching it live. Because if you don't have 2 monitors to watch the live Zoom and have your silhouette open, you're going to miss something. If you're trying to watch it on a small monitor and you don't know where things are and you're trying to follow me, you're going to get lost. If you're trying to watch the YouTube one, which is like a couple steps behind, and then follow it so that you can have 2 big screens, you're going to end up behind. Please don't ever worry. Coming to the live classes are great to be able to ask questions in real time so that they are on the recording. So when you go back, that question is it's fresh. It was fresh in your mind there. And when you go back and anybody else's questions, you can learn from it. But don't stress over it. This is not the Essentials is not a live class. It is not live. It is not live. It is not live. It was shot live in March, but it is still going to be the best class that you have ever taken in watching the playbacks. If you go to college and you got a live class, how do you learn? Hopefully you have a recorder, because it's going to be hard to retain everything a teacher is saying. You're taking notes. In class, you're taking notes, and then you go home and you do the homework. Now this is the homework. This is the notes for you all together. Of course, you want to still write your notes, but this is the best way to learn it, is watching the playbacks. You can do it. Just take your time and practice what she teaches. I fixed and set up 2 printers with her help, and they are working well now. You got this. When can I go to check out a list of, where can I go to check out all your classes? By the way, you are amazing. Hello, thank you. You are gorgeous in your profile picture as well. So on our website, shop.hsinc, the direct link is in the description of the video. I have other classes, because if you go to my Academy site, there are classes on there as well. Some of them I pull from here. Some of them are still up here. But if you go on here and you go all courses, mine might show some that you guys don't have access to because, hello, I'm the owner of it. But my Shopify classes, my strategies, even though it was for the holiday season, it's definitely strategies that will work all year round. the full bleed. So this teaches you, and it goes over, oh, hold on one second. It goes over designing in Silhouette Studio and understanding like concepts for setting up all over designs. And then I show as far as like how to break it up and how to all that stuff. And then how to press it. I did that as a live video. I didn't do it in the class because the class was really, really long. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna go back and read that. So you have those. These are like more like, these aren't like classes. These are like sessions. Like people want to have like open Q&As and study sessions and stuff like that. So there are some. So this one was designing a flyer. So if you want to just kind of take that, it's a little $15 class. That'll help you with like designing. So there are classes that you guys can take. We're not taking a full one, and you can still learn from it. So this was designing a flyer. This was all sessions I did last year. Oh my God, we're about to hit a year since I did these. Oh my gosh, time flew by. We're about to hit July. I did these July last year. So designing a flyer, extended essentials on tracing. So that was like a little bit more on tracing. The line tool, it was like more on that one. And this was like the full bundle where it was design a flyer, open Q&A, extended tracing, line tool, and then the whys of knockout designs. So what this basically was, I have an academy program, and what I did was, these were all of the sessions for July. I opened it up to where others could attend just those sessions without being in the full program, and that's what these are. So you have those. My Sublimation Bootcamp, I think, is still on here. We went through designing on that. My graduation stole, you can do level 1, level 2, or level 3. Let's see. Designing and creating custom printouts, trace effects, text effects, which is a small portion of the, I think back 2 years ago in like June or something like that, I did like all these different ones, how to create banners, text effects, all kind of different stuff. So this was that text effects class. This was the old Essentials of Silhouette Studio. So that's still on there. If you don't want to pay $83.65, but you want to learn essentials, you can definitely take this. It's everything. It's not 40 hours. It's like, it's a quick fire of learning the program in about 4 to 5 hours, but that one is $35. And you can get that one straight from the Academy site. I will post the Academy site if you want to go straight to that. But the current classes are always on our shop site. Our boot camp went through a lot of different things. The memorial class in the boot camp is different from the current memorial class. This is from 2 years ago. So this part here is from 2 years ago. So there are some classes and things that are on here for that. And like I said, there are new classes coming up. You can always sign up for information for the new classes. And under 365 Creative Academy classes and playbacks, that's where you'll find new and old classes. No, you don't need business edition. Now, I go over, and in certain classes, I do go over like things that are business edition related. Like for me, I love my multiple undo. I might use my properties dropper, which is a designer edition feature. I love my center of rotation. That's a designer edition feature. So is it required? No. Is it beneficial? Definitely yes. Make sure that you guys use my link to upgrade to the business edition. That definitely helps the platform. I'm over here going crazy about these perfect print and cuts on the Cameo. Thanks to you. I sent some pics, but I'm gonna send more. Oh, you got perfect print and cuts. Ooh. Wait, did you inbox me? Did you email me? What are these pictures at? Do I have any discount codes? No, I do not. My classes are worth every bit of it. I'm already one of the like least expensive. You have people who are charging you $100 for 1 hour. I'm charging you $83.65 for 40 hours. You're not going to find that anywhere. So I did a flash sale. That's why you guys need to follow me. You need to be on my videos. Y'all missed the flash sale. I did get $20 off. Won't be doing that again, because then people, to me, to be honest, everything I do is strategic. I blocked out names, but for my creative business students, right? In this day and age of like how we do stuff and things with social media, being connected, like directly connected with your customers, it can be a blessing and it can be a curse. So I ran a flash sale, and everything I do, my students know whenever they see me posting stuff, they always say, "Oh, what's about to come of this?" And we get into creative business, I then show them. So I ran a sale, right? On it, $20 off. It was 1 hour, sent out the email, did it on social media, all of that, right? People end up missing it. And then I end up getting the message, oh, when it's going to go on sale again? Or, are you going to do this? Or are you going to do that? So I apologize to those. I blocked out names, but it is a teaching moment. Everything I do is strategic, y'all. I promise you it is, so that when I'm teaching you. And what happens is when you run a sale, I'm going to give y'all a little bit of what I'm going to teach when I get back to teaching class for creative business. It can sometimes devalue what you have. Big businesses do it to move old inventory out. Then that's, hey, this is something that's old. We're getting rid of it. Or maybe you need it to maybe boost sales or whatever. But most times they're running sales to get rid of the old to bring in the new. Once it's gone, it's gone. A class, I can't really say, hey, that's sold out. But when you go in something like a class and you put it on sale, then it's, oh, when are you going to put it on sale again? Okay, I'll buy it when it's on sale. Why you got to wait for it to be on sale? So you have to be mindful about what you put on sales. Running sales can be great. It can help boost and bring in new people for certain things. But you have to be very careful with that, because if you run too many sales, they're going to always look for the sale and they're not going to purchase with you, because they are expecting you to drop a sale. They'll go and they'll spend $200 and not bat an eye. Somebody else drops a class, it's $200. They're not going to bat an eye at that. Someone says, I got a class for $2,000. They're not going to bat an eye at that, because, hey, that person ain't running sales. Like, hey, the price is the price for them. But when you go and you feel like, okay, something has to be wrong, I need to drop the prices, they're going to always be looking for you to drop the prices. So be mindful of that. So I ran a sale just for research purposes, to have actual concrete information that I can bring back to my students. See, when I teach, I'm not going off of what somebody else is doing. I'm doing it, and then I'm showing you the results, and I'm showing you the good and the bad, the pros and the cons of the decisions that we make in business. That is the difference in my creative business program. Oh, that's a girl. I would have never realized. Why is your name Sydney? It's your middle name. Okay. So if I have a Cricut, will the class do me any good? Because I teach designing, yes. You can create some amazing SVGs in Silhouette Studio, things that you cannot do in Cricut Design Space. Be able to save it as an SVG, take it over to Cricut Design Space, and be able to resize it and cut it. So yes, it's going to be beneficial. If you have been frustrated with trying to create designs in, oh, I will say that is probably one of the last videos that I'm going to do that's going to be structured, and that's not going to be for my paid audience. Is everyone keeps saying that you can save from Cricut Design Space. Oh, you can do this, you can do that. Oh, there's a file. It's a low resolution image. And I'm actually going to do that video. What's today? Oh, wait, today is Wednesday. Okay, we're just gonna make it tomorrow. I'm gonna actually schedule it, and you guys are gonna see that video where I'm gonna show you all the different ways. I have a video before, but I've never really compared all of them for you to see the different ways of how that image is not a very sharp image. So we're going to do that probably Thursday. I'll schedule it. That way you guys can have your face in the place for it. But you can design. If you're doing sublimation, you don't want to waste your time designing in Cricut Design Space where you can't even take it from it. There's no way to just save it. And even that PNG that people say to go and get, it's not a high quality image. So if you want to do other stuff, now I'm pretty sure you're doing things outside of your Cricut. If you want to design an invitation, you want to design something large enough for a shirt, whether it is print and cut on Jet Pro 3G, or anything. Well, you need your Cricut to cut that. But if you're just going to print something out, you want to be able to design and not have restrictions on how you print it. So it's still best. Don't think of Silhouette. Like, this is what I need you guys to do also. Separate Silhouette Studio and the machine. Separate them. They are two different things. Do not think of them together. I had to get on Gucci. Stop calling it Silhouette Cameo, talking about the machine. Talking about the program. It's not the Silhouette Cameo program. It's Silhouette Studio. Silhouette Studio is, when you think about Silhouette Studio, you better be thinking about it in line of Adobe Illustrator, Corel Draw, Affinity Designer, Inkscape, Flexi. Like, that's where you should think of Silhouette Studio. The machine is something totally different. Silhouette Studio is a design program that anybody can use. It does not matter which machine you are using. If you're using a Roland BN20, you can design in Silhouette Studio. You still need Illustrator to like set it up for the cut contour, but you can, or I sent stuff directly from Silhouette Studio to the Roland because I just needed to print. I just needed to create and I just needed to print because I don't need to cut it out. So be mindful of those things, okay? Separate the two. Hey, professor, will you be doing another class for designing like a wedding invite, an event poster? Yes, I will be. I have a whole event academy that's coming up. Aw, thank you, boo. I understand you way down south. We got to get together at some point. People are charging thousands, and I mean thousands, for being in certain groups and hundreds for classes. Not saying it's not worth it, worth their time, but you can get the same info for less. And I'm not trying to cut anyone down and be like, oh, mine is better and it's for less. I work off of my business plan, my business strategy, and my business structure. I don't feel like I have to. I'm not in a rush to get to $1 million and this, that, and the third. I am in the business to help people, and the more people I can help, the better. My numbers of people who have taken my classes, who have learned from my classes, is up there. And some people, well, if you taught that many people who take classes, why aren't you a millionaire? Because I'm not pricing it for that. I listen to the ones who say, I scraped together my last to take this. So for me, this is $1 million course. If I can sell sell this course at $83.65 to 12,000 people, it will make me $1 million. Whether that is today, this month, next week, if I made it in a month, if I make it in 6 months, if I make it in a year, all I have to do is get in front of people every day and talk about the benefit of this amazing course, how it has changed people's lives because it has helped their business. And all I have to do is reach 12,000 people and it becomes $1 million course. And I did not have to charge thousands or hundreds for it. I still get the class though, sale or not. By designing in Silhouettes, you get to keep your design. Exactly. In Cricut, you are stuck with it in Cricut, or you get bad snips. Correct. I don't understand how they keep getting in here and I keep blocking them. Later, Jesse. All right. So any other questions before I hop off of here? I'm telling y'all, don't be like some people said they were sleeping on me. I'm telling you, this class, you get into it and don't sleep or don't sit on it when you get it. At least skim through it, even if you don't follow along. Maybe when you get the class, don't follow along. It's 40 hours. You can probably take a couple days and just listen to it. Maybe not try and actually do it. And then you're going to see the value that's in it. And then it's going to, once you see all the things that you can do when you're hearing how people are growing, maybe that will be your motivation to like, you know what? I got to make time to pay attention to this course. If you have and the great thing about it is you don't have to wait until I get to the tracing day. If you are working on a project and you really, 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 really need help with tracing, guess what? You can jump right to that tracing. If you're trying to create your own flowers and you're just not understanding how to put it all together, you can go to Weld and you can go to Edit Points and boom, you don't have to cipher through a whole bunch of stuff trying to figure it out because it's right there for you. Don't sleep on this course. And once you get it, don't sit on it. Apply it, apply it, apply it, apply it. You don't have to post you are a millionaire. Hey, some people, it actually, to be honest, you don't have to, but in this day and age, it's a psychological thing to where people feel like if you are showing your success, I want to follow you because I think that I can attain that same thing. I'm not going to do that. Like for me, I don't feel like it's necessary. But people go, and like all I want to do is, to show how many people I've helped and like getting real people to go and say, you know what, this helped me. I grew from this to this, and just showing those numbers, showing the progression of others, showing the growth of others, and how many people I have helped through this. But and hopefully that's enough to where people say, you know what, she know what she's talking about. Y'all better stop sleeping on her. If you don't watch nobody else videos, you better watch Shakia's on. If you don't see anybody else class, if Shakia drop a class, trust me, it's gonna be 100%, 1000% on point. Don't sleep on it. That's my ultimate goal, is for word of mouth to catapult me to where I should be, as far as just awareness, people being aware of my classes, people being aware of our products. But in this day and age, because people are looking at their own situation, they're looking at them living paycheck to paycheck, or maybe not being able to put their kids in the sports programs they want to be in. So now someone's saying, hey, I was here, you can do this, you can do that. Or someone showing, which is not a bad thing at all. I mean, look at how Super Scent grew. Look at how Tabitha Brown, I mean, and she's not someone that goes and like is just showing all this stuff. She was being authentically herself, but she'll tell you this didn't happen overnight. They came, they went back home and came back to California to be able to make it work. And now, baby she doesn't have just, she got a full brand deal to where she is going to be in every part of Target. You don't have to, but people do want to see some sort of growth and progression. So for some, they don't know, they may not know how to project it to for people to see their growth other than just showing the dollar amount of it. My goal is to show that you can be successful and you can know to follow somebody that's successful just by the success of others. I would love to be able to say I helped somebody else. Maybe their drive is different. Maybe they don't have the restrictions of kids or a significant other. Maybe they are single and free and they can go and create this really big academy. Maybe they have an inheritance to where they can dump money into it. But it all started from my class. So I'm okay with, hey, if somebody comes flying right past me because they may have had different resources than I have. So I'd rather show the success of everybody that's with me versus just showing my own. Grabbing it to do it over the summer break. A teacher here. Hello. I promise you, I promise you, you're going to want to follow along. You will be surprised at how easy she makes it for us. You definitely helped me millions of times. To my fellow veteran sister. All right, y'all. If there are no more questions, I'm going to hop over here. I said in 30 minutes. Oh, I've been on here for an hour and 30 minutes. Time flies when you're having fun. All right, but I'm going to get off of here. Thank you guys so very much for joining me. If you are looking to be able to create things that go from this to this to this, definitely tap in to my courses, start at essentials, take some of the other ones, even if it's just to get familiar with designing that memorial one. The Another one that is really, really good that will have you really thinking about how things work, I'm telling you, is this switch up. This right here will have you really thinking about like, dang, you can do this, you can change this. And then you'll start to realize you can go find images and you can Frankenstein it and really put it together. This is a really, really good one as well. I might be nice and put this on. You know what? I'm gonna be nice right now. So this is an older one, right? It's not my current one. Now, this is one to where if you don't understand Solar Studio, you may not get it. But what I'm going to do right now is put this on sale. So those who left early may not know that it's on sale. But if you want to kind of get a little glimpse into designing in Silhouette Studio, then you can check out this one. And it's a great price to just put it at. So I'm gonna let y'all see how this price is gonna change. You see where it's at? I'm gonna refresh it. 84% off, 1563. So if you want a little glimpse into creating SVGs and to creating amazing things in Silhouette Studio, don't trust me. 1563 is not a bad investment to see one, how I teach and what you can learn from my courses. So definitely go and check out this one, which is the switch up, and it's 1563 right now. All right. All of my classes, you'll find all of my classes on shop.hsync. Everything is here. Everything from our paper to chip resetters to cartridges to heat tape that doesn't leave stains, doesn't leave marks. Everything is here. The color charts, the fade bar, like the PNG fade mask, the color charts for skin tones, all of that is here on our site. It's everything is here. Classes and all is here. So make sure y'all go for that $15 class. You definitely check out the other products as well. You won't be. Oh, and also, guess what? And the new file will be up tomorrow. You have the free file. So any purchase on the site, you also get the free file. It comes in an email with the link for the download. So you'll get that as well. And a new file will be dropped tomorrow. She said, don't waste money with other people training. You will be like, what the mess? You get so much more from the professor. Thank you. Go ahead. Okay. So I was trying to get off, but go ahead. You know, for you, boo, I'm going to stay on. What's your question, love? What's your question about the chip resetter? I'll wait for your question. Okay. So I have an Epson 5310. The black ink chip needs to be replaced. How do I do that? Oh, I have no idea about, though I don't have any experience. I'm not even sure. Let me go look up what an Epson, let me look at what that is. Epson 5310. I don't even know what that is. 5310? I don't even see that coming up. Maybe you have the numbers mixed up. I don't see that. 7310, maybe? 7310. So you just take, do I have a chip resetter here? Because I was doing it in there. I don't think I have a chip resetter. So so the chips never need to be replaced. I mean, if it's not reading, if it's saying cartridge not recognized, well then the whole, like, we don't sell just the chips. So the chip resetter will reset it to full before it gets to the X. If it's already showing an X and no matter what you do, it's not resetting, then the whole chip is probably bad and you have to buy a whole nother set. 252s, we don't actually sell any cartridges individually. We do not sell any cartridges individually. You will have to buy the entire set. Now, chips for The newer printers, we do sell separately because you have to constantly change those. But we do not sell cartridges separately. They're always as a set. So if you haven't yet, take it out and put it back in. It should reset it to full. If it doesn't reset it, a chip resetter may not help, because what a chip resetter does is before it gets to X, you put it on there and it's going to go to like full. If it's already on an X, it's supposed to be an auto reset, it's supposed to take it out, put it back in. So I would say if you don't have another set of cartridges, purchase another set of cartridges, because there is no just replacing the chip. But if you have the chip resetter, you can always put it to it. Take that L bracket off, put it to it. It'll flash red and then turn green, and then it should be reset. You're about to make me spend money. How do I get to the page for the class? Shop it. All of my classes are on there. The link is in the description of this video, and I will put it on the screen. My website is everything. Has everything on it. I'm trying to find it. Shop.hsink365.com. This is our main site. So you can either search here. The switch up is right here on the main one, or you can go to click up here, SA classes and playbacks, and see what all is here and what classes you want to take advantage of. How do you get the free file? Make a purchase on our website. It will be emailed to you. Just make a purchase. You'll get the email. All right. Alrighty, y'all. All right, if that's all, I thank you guys for joining me. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity, as it says over here. Unlock your creativity and be incredible. All right, y'all guys. Peace.